Evening, YouTube. Welcome back to this next episode of FPL Family, the first live stream of the new 25-26 season. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. What are people saying?
No, I've just this.
You've got the...
There we go.
Yeah, well, to be honest, having the mic stand in the camera is...
The least of our problems.
That's the least of our worries right now. I mean, we've got new graphics. We've got a couple of new kind of mic cables and stuff. The camera's got a new setup. It's actually sitting on a box.
It's now in a box.
We've got the new graphics. We've got the new video. Guys, would love to know what you think of the new graphics and the new video. And what are we saying, guys, about these new thumbnails with me and you reacting? Are we enjoying it? Are we liking it? Or are we finding it a bit cringe?
Although, to be fair,
I don't know.
We weren't on today's thumbnail. It was two players today. I got rid of us for this one.
You got rid of us this one. I was thinking more about the starting soon with the reactions. I'm told this is what the cool YouTubers do. I mean, this is apparently going to help us with views and stuff. I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do people want to watch us be idiots?
I don't know.
Let us know.
They're bloody going to, because I've made them now. So that's it. The graphics are done, as far as I'm concerned.
Do you want to know how long it took? So long to take those photographs. So long. And to be fair to Lee, you did yours first time, pretty much. I got you to take mine, and then didn't like him, so took them all myself again.
Yeah, here's how that went, guys. Sorry, podcasters. Already we're doing some really podcast-friendly stuff. So I'm holding my phone up, and you held my phone up to me, and I went like this. Did a few little different reactions.
Hang on, what was that noise?
I don't know what the noise was. I didn't make the noises. I did a few reactions, the ones that you can see in the photos.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, that's pretty good. I was like, yeah, just react. Didn't even have to know what you're reacting to.
I can't do it in front of you.
It took me about 20 seconds to do that.
It was a bit longer than that.
I'm standing there. Honestly, it was the funniest 10 minutes of my life trying to see you react to, you need something to react to.
I don't.
You can't just react.
I can't just react. And also, I get really I'm really self-conscious then, because I'm like, you're like, just smile, look scared. I'm like, I can't just on cue make faces.
I remember you saying, yeah, but I'm not scared. I'm like, it's not a point, Sam.
So in the end, I said, right, thanks, Lee. And then I looked at the photos and thought, I hate them all. So I took them all again with the phone on a tripod. And it worked out better in the end, but I still don't really like them very much. So you might find that over the course of this season, I change my photos because I'm not very keen on mine. I think yours are quite nice. I particularly like your
my little okay sign.
Okay one. Yeah. You're doing the Mo Salah pose. See, I did one where I was doing the Sunny pose. Yeah. And then obviously no more. And actually I also did one where I was throwing a dart. Doesn't make any sense as a still.
No, it doesn't.
You just look like a fool. So Spurs players, I need you to do something that I could have done I suppose I could have done the Dom.
Could have done the bow and arrow, yeah. And you know what? I was just noticed actually. I'm in last season's kit, aren't I? Because we did those reaction photos a few weeks ago, actually.
And Liverpool's, it's been a while.
Have you seen the new kit though? New Adidas kit, Liverpool.
You like it?
Adidas cooking. I love it. I absolutely love it. But it's been out like 3 or 4 days. So we have got a trip to Liverpool planned in the next couple of weeks where I'm going to buy a shirt. Going to get the shirt. Probably be rocking it at Fest. Probably.
Have you booked the stadium tour yet? Because if you haven't, you better do that.
I haven't actually. No, I do need to do that. It takes so long to go around our trophy room, Sam. That's the problem.
It takes a long time to go around the Spurs one now. There's 2 trophies in there now. Did you see us lift one against Arsenal?
No, you haven't got 2.
Did you see us lift one against Arsenal?
Please.
Did you see us lift one? Did you see Arsenal lift one?
You were...
No. But did you see Spurs lift one?
Oh, here we go, Arsenal fans. How far we're in 7 minutes. That's including the stream starting, and you've already had a dig at Arsenal.
What? Might as well.
7 minutes into the new season.
Well, I mean, we've got 2 trophies in the last few weeks.
Oh,
they've got none in the last how many years?
Oh, George is in. He's saying, "Stop it, Sam! Already, stop it." He says,
Just wait a couple of weeks. We'll have another one.
Good lord.
Super Cup.
What, you think you're being PSG?
Oh, yeah. Easy now. You watch Chelsea, haven't you?
Chelsea,
if Chelsea can do it, anyone can.
Well, listen, guys.
Dig at Chelsea there as well for you.
If this is your first FPL Family live stream, welcome. If you are new to the Sunday night live streams, we are here whenever we can, pretty much every Sunday, 9 p.m, unless there's something drastic happens. Sunday night, 9 p.m, and we'll look back at, in any given game, we'll look back at all of the FPL action. We'll sort of do a real kind of... It's sometimes a little bit knee-jerky, but often it's because the games have just finished. We've had our tea, we've had an hour or 2 to digest it, and then we get on here at 9 p.m, we put the kids to bed, and then we just talk FPL. And I really like, whether we've had a good game week or a bad game week, it doesn't matter. You just join us, and We will take the piss out of each other if you've had a bad week. We'll have a good old whinge. It can be a bit therapeutic if you need it to be. Trust me, I'm happy to have a good old whinge when I've had a bad week. That happened quite a lot last season. Equally, we'll celebrate the wins. You have a good week, bring your scores. 100 plus, yes, we want to see you, Centurions.
Is it a win for you to not have the assistant manager this year? Would you like to celebrate that?
God, dear me. I mean, we've done a couple of pods already. We're going on Sky soon, aren't we? We've got the FPL show coming up on the first one of the season in a couple of Fridays' time. And every time it gets mentioned to me about, what I think about the assistant manager not being here this season, I have to say words to the effect of, yeah, it's a shame some managers liked it, some managers didn't, but
you're thinking, yes!
Inside, and on here, in this safe space, guys, on FPL Family stream on a Sunday night, bloody fantastic. I'm so glad that pissing chip has gone. Oh, God, what a nightmare of a chip that was. I'm so glad it's gone. And to be honest, if you haven't seen, and I took that kind of very diplomatic approach on a video that we did a couple of weeks ago right here on the FPL Family channel. If you've not checked it out yet, we did a whole video on the changes in this year's FPL, of which there are many. There are, every summer we get one or two little tweaks usually, but there are some fairly seismic changes in FPL this season. If you're living under a rock and don't know what they are, or you've just missed it completely, go back on the channel, have a look at a video we posted a couple of weeks ago with all the changes.
Or you've just missed us and want to watch more of us.
Or if you just missed us, go back and watch the video. The no assistant manager chip. So obviously last season they heard a lot of people's feedback. I think most people,
What, do you mean they just heard you shouting enough times about how much you hate it?
I think most people didn't like it. I'm just putting it out there. I don't think it was universally liked, but I think a lot of the other changes that they've made, I think, are really, really good for the game. Really, really good for the game, including the DEFCON thing. Now, again, the defensive contributions, you're going to start hearing this a lot more, as we mentioned in the video a couple of weeks ago, about defensive contributions, the C-bit rating, the clearances, blocks, interceptions and tackles, and also ball recoveries for midfielder. Again, go back and check the video out. If you haven't got a clue what I'm talking about, go back and check that video out. But it does put defenders and premium defenders a lot more on the radar. And we're going to talk about our drafts a bit later on. And I've already spent a bit at the back, and I'm wondering if I need to spend more. I'm wondering if I've gone too light at the back.
That's interesting, because in my last draft, I'd gone very heavy at the back.
You had.
I've gone lighter at the back.
Have you? What, since last draft?
You'll see it later.
Taking money out of defence?
Yeah.
God, I'm thinking, do I want to put money into defence? I don't know. I'm struggling to find the 0.
Bleed. That was a bad start to this stream.
Stupid.
I know, there's a bit of loose skin, and I thought, I'm going to pick that. I'll just pull that off.
Lovely. That is the content they all need. That's the content they need, Sam. Let's get into. Yes, we're here to talk about our drafts. Yes, we're here to talk about, as it says on the thumbnail, some of the big summer signings. Been a lot of movement in the summer transfer window.
Yeah, we've picked out the 6 most popular ones in the game currently for us to talk about. Because there's a lot.
By team selected by. So the top 5... 6. I put top 5 in the YouTube. Sorry. In the title it says top 5. I couldn't count. Top 6 then. Sorry, anyone with the YouTube title. The top 6 most owned at the moment FPL players.
New to the game. Yeah, because I was kind of looking at it.
So not players that have moved clubs?
Some of them have moved clubs.
Moved clubs as well. Okay.
Yeah, new signings they are, basically. So basically when I was looking at it, I thought, God, there's loads. I started thinking, we'll do a stream on new signings. And then I realised there's absolutely hundreds.
Yeah, it's mad.
So I thought, well, let's just do the top 6, because then we can talk about whether we think they're right to be so heavily owned.
Yes.
That's kind of where I am. But I haven't done João Pedro just because, he's so ridiculously owned. I thought we'll talk about him a bit in a different means
later.
We'll
talk through those 6, but before we get stuck into that, and then our teams a bit later on in the stream, Sam, let's say hello to people.
Yeah,
that's what we're here for. We're saying hello to people.
Who's in?
All the usuals. We've got George in as usual. First super chat of the new season. Thank you, George. You don't need to do that, as we always say to you. Evening, Sam and Lee. We're back, mate. We are so back. Been a long summer, especially for Brentford, with just the sort of grimacing emoji. I think it probably is the right emoji.
Probably should have done one of them in my picture, shouldn't I? But
yeah, sort of like a Brentford grimacing emoji. Who knows? They might surprise us.
Didn't they win? I'm sure they won yesterday. George, didn't they win yesterday in a brown kit?
Oh yes, I have seen the poo coloured kit. Yes, It looks great.
George likes it, so don't upset him anymore.
But glad to be back with you both on a Sunday night. Mate, we are glad to be back as well. Love to you both and your families. Love the graphics and thumbnails. There you go. George likes it, so that's all we needed to know.
George, you wait till you see the ones I've made for tonight.
What?
The player ones.
Oh, the slides with the graphics on.
You wait till you see it.
George.
I'm interested to see if you like my handiwork.
And George has been here a while, right? George remembers the days when, like, you know, we used to have mics falling off tables and the graphics were just me doing it
Was
on PowerPoint.
George here in the police days? I don't think
back
George.
when we were in the old house?
Yeah, I don't think George.
think so.
I don't think George was around during the police days.
Is George like an OG?
He's not
like,
Scott, is he?
He's not like a Scott Schrager, but he is a
I think George has been
long-term
here
supporter, no doubt.
a good few years now.
Good few years, but I don't know if he's like an OG.
I don't think he was here during. But it was when you said about the old graphics, and I was thinking, God, if he was here during the oldest of graphics, I don't know anyone here. I don't know how Scott stuck around for this long, to be honest.
Season 2, 3, go back and have a look at some
He
of the
deserves
graphics
a medal,
on the videos.
Scott, for still being here for that.
How people subscribed back then, I have no idea.
No
right,
idea.
But now we've got this. Oh, now we've got this. It's going to be
Now
amazing.
we're cooking.
Now we're oh God, all right.
Now we're doing a Liverpool.
We're cooking. Always makes me think of our son when you say that. He's all the time.
That's because he keeps saying it. It's in my
Someone's
head now.
cooking,
This
one's
is cooking. That's
Yeah,
cooking.
always.
Everything's cooking.
Get that Fortnite.
Mum, I'm cooking on Fortnite at the minute.
Get that on Fortnite with him all
what
the
does
time.
that mean?
I'm cooking.
He
I'm
was
like-
like, look up this weapon I've got. I was like, I don't know what that is, Max. I've just come up here to open a window because it's hotter than the sun in this room.
Tell you what, he is good at Fortnite, and I've been trying to learn it with him so I can like just spend time doing stuff he wants to do with me, right? And I'm getting better at Fortnite. I'm getting better. I'm not cooking. I'll tell you that much. But anyone that's been playing the new superhero season, I want to hear from you in the chat.
He said to me, Mum,
been very good.
I do like playing Fortnite with Dad.
Did he?
I
Bless
said,
him.
yeah.
He's not cooking though.
He said, he does make it much more difficult.
It's so true. It's like a massive handicap having me. That's why he's so good. Because if he was playing on his own, it's a massive handicap.
He said, we were driving home and he said, is Dad going to be home? I said, I don't know, not yet. He went, okay.
Oh,
he said,
God.
can I play Fortnite for a bit on my own? I said, yeah. And then I said, why? And
Then
he
he's
said,
on it.
And he said, because when Dad plays, I really like it. And all my friends think it's really fun that Dad plays. He said, but he makes it real hard.
Oh, we've already gone off on too much of a Fortnite tangent. But if you
it.
know what a reboot is in Fortnite, there's at least 3 or 4 of those every battle royale with me and him. At least.
And that's all just you.
That's just me. And as soon as I reboot and I come out the sky, I get shot down immediately. Anyway, that's enough of Fortnite.
It's not even me.
Fortnite friends, get your friend codes in the chat. Nigel the Crab, a member of the FPL family. I don't know, why did we go for the Fortnite?
I don't know.
Why did that happen? I don't know. Nigel, I'm just happy to be back, I'll be honest. Simon is here, a member, Sam.
Cooking.
Get this, Sam. A member. Nigel the Crab is cooking. What does a crab like when it's cooking?
No, they go a different colour.
There goes the monetisation. Member for 40 months. 40 months, Simon.
40 months?
Member for 40 months. Hello, good to be back for another season. Going to Fest, ? Of course we are, mate. Of course we are. We'll see you there, hopefully. I might be there with my fiancée from Singapore. Mate, that'd be epic.
Ooh, that would be exciting.
God only knows what she'll make of it. Well, come and introduce her
knows
to
what
us,
we
Matt.
make of it, to be
mate,
honest.
Well, yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
But as usual, there will be a little
It's
FPL
going to be
family
carnage
table,
as well
I'm
this
sure.
time, because not
I'm
only
sure.
is there going to be an FPL family table, and obviously we'll be living the dream, but George says he's got bags full of stuff, and that worries me.
That's a worry.
Duncan's not coming, nor's Wilco, which is why I think George has taken over with the bag fulls of stuff. But what concerns me the most, Lee from FPL Family,
You got your finger. What's the finger out for?
is that they're letting Jules host it.
Jules Aron's a host, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Well,
It'd be a great
that would
host.
be chaos, won't it? That would just be,
Yeah,
we'll be
yeah.
breaking out into song left, right and centre. It would just be carnage. And then did you see them announce this week
I think
that
it'd be great.
Jermaine, Genus and Pennant are coming?
No.
Yeah, they are, because they've got their new FPL pod coming out.
Oh,
so
let's go.
they are
I bet
coming.
have you already got a spot on that pod? Have you already?
I might have had a chat.
Oh my god!
I might have had a
Sam,
chat.
Bloody
I
hell!
might have had a chat.
You're already
Just had a
pimping
chat.
yourself out to Jermaine Dennis.
I have not pimped myself.
Hold on a minute.
Hang on.
Hold on. This is a problem.
I have not pimped myself out to Jermaine
This
Genus
is
or
a
Jermaine
problem.
Pennant. Let's be clear. That's not
Wow,
happened.
we're on thin ice already.
That's not happened, Lee.
Wow.
Can you just clarify that? But I might have had a chat with them. Not them.
We're on thin
They're
ice
people.
already here. We are, 10 minutes? No, longer. It's already 17 minutes, Sam, and all we've done is chat shit and talk about Fortnite.
That's you.
17 minutes
That's
in.
all just you, by the
and
way.
we're already on very thin ice here on FPL Family.
Anyway, come to Fest. It'll be a laugh.
We will see you at Fest. We'll be the table where there's just loads of bags of biscuits and stuff and cakes.
Also, you definitely do want to come because you do want to watch Liverpool with Lee. This will be probably the one opportunity that you get to watch Liverpool with Lee.
Yeah. Well, I'm expecting... Well, I'll talk about Liverpool a bit later on, but we're going
Still
into
left
the
this in
season...
there.
What?
I'm still in that stand. I've got it out
fine,
now.
it's
It's
out
out
the way,
now.
it's
It's
out the
out
way.
now. It's out now.
Liverpool going into this new season with something that we've never had before, and that is very high expectations. Very high expectations of Liverpool this season. But we'll talk about that, and maybe if we've got time later, we'll talk about Isak as well. Ken's Bromsgrove, very nice to see you, mate. Thank you, and welcome back for another season. Ken's has been here again, another long-time supporter of the channel. Nice to see you, mate. Evening, hope you're both well and raring to go. Yeah, I would say raring to go. Still a couple of weeks, isn't there? I'm still tinkering. I wouldn't say my team's raring to go. I'm still kind of messing with it quite a bit, but...
I mean, my team, I make wholesale changes daily.
Yeah.
I can't settle at all.
I wouldn't say wholesale changes, but I'm tinkering a lot, Ken. So I don't know about raring to go, mate, but we're getting there. Here's to a very good season. Missing a certain Swedish striker as a new signing, imaginably. Well, yeah, can't really talk about Mr. Isak at the moment, but we do talk about a certain other Swedish striker that's made his way into the league at Arsenal. So we'll talk about him a bit later on. Let's see who else is in the chat. Louise Brown, hey Louise, nice to see you. Andrew Yee is here.
Another
nice
one.
to see you, Andrew. All the
All
patrons,
the patrons
are
are
here.
here.
All the guys and girls are here. Matt Francis, very nice to see you. Who else we got? We've got Paul Cook. Paul Cook, who's always here on a Sunday night. Nice to see you, Paul. Daniel Banks is here. John Robert Knight. Oh, these are all familiar names, guys. It's so good to see you. It is so good to see you.
I just feel like it's been a while.
It does. Todd W says, where's your best landing spot, Lee? Is it Supernova Academy? Mate, that's where everyone goes, so I don't go there because I'm rubbish.
What's this something about a gas station? You like to land at a gas
There's
station?
a gas station right in the middle of the map. I go there because then the storm can't get me. That's why I go there. I do not go Supernova Academy, Todd, because that's where everyone goes and I get shot down immediately.
There was a whole conversation the other day about how when it's Simpsons themed in a few weeks' time, they might land at the Quickie Mart.
That's apparently going to be a thing. Simpsons theme, yeah.
This was a whole conversation over dinner. I have no idea what they're talking about.
It's coming. Who else we got? We've got Amrit is in. Very nice to see you. We've got Dan the Man. Fortnite stream when? You never know.
I think you wouldn't want to watch, Lee. We could get Max to give you all a little Fortnite stream. That would be quite fun.
Dan the Man and everyone else, all you Fortnite fans in there, get in the chat and tell me, would you watch me and Max doing a live Fortnite stream? If you would, I will consider when he's old.
He'd live his best life.
When he's old enough, because he's not old enough yet. When he's old enough, we might do a me and Max Fortnite channel. That might happen because
he would love that.
It would actually be. You guys would find it quite funny watching how crap I am. Because the problem with why are we doing this again?
Also, to be fair, so he left primary school a few weeks ago, and he wrote in his yearbook yet to write down what he wanted to do when he was older, and he wrote, "I want to be a YouTuber like my mum and dad."
Oh, legend!
And I was like, I've made it in life.
Anyway,
so that would actually make his day.
You'd all find it hilarious watching me just sort of float down on my little glider, and some guy just havoc shotgunning me out of the air. One pump. Anyway, Joseph Maloney, very nice. There's so many people on the live stream going, what are they talking about?
I've no idea, Lee.
Can you please get to some FPL content, you
Nobody
utter
knows
muppets?
What's happening here?
Oh,
why are you talking about Fortnite still?
I don't know. Matt Francis is here and a whole host of you. Leyland Edwards. Very nice to see you all. Guys, we will talk about
Lee, before we get into this, I got something for you.
You got something for me? Is it Fortnite related?
No. It's football related.
Is it? What's in this bag?
So there's a parcel here. It came the other day. Came from my friends at Good Team on Paper. You know my friends at Good Team on Paper?
Yes.
They're the guys that make, on demand. They're the guys that make these things at the end of every season and they send them to us.
Is this a hashtag ad? This is not a hashtag ad, is it?
No. I'm getting to it.
They're just lovely people.
So I was speaking to them the other day because they are actually wonderful people. Ian there is incredible. And
I have no idea what this is, by the way.
No, he doesn't. He has no idea. Speaking to him the other day with my scout hat on because I'm saying because we always run a competition with them in pre-season. This is where I'm going with this. So in a few days' time, there'll be a competition launched on FFS, a competition with FFS and Good Team on Paper. And he said, you can pick anything in the shop to give away. And I said, no way. I said, well, these are brilliant. I said, I think Lee would really like one of them. And then I was saying, I might order him one for his birthday. It's Lee's birthday next week. And he said, Sam, I'll send you one. You can give it to Lee on the live stream.
No way.
And he can show everyone what they can win in the Scout competition. So,
here we go.
I have scribbled out our address, so it's all right to give it to you. So you can, I've opened it, I've cut it open for you.
What is this?
Now, I could have picked anything. I could have picked something for me. But no.
It's not Spurs related.
It's not Spurs related.
It doesn't say Europa League winners 2005, does it?
No, but it could have. I could have picked something Spurs, but I didn't.
Whoa, have a look at this.
I picked something special for you.
Guys, this is not genuinely...
He didn't know this was going to happen, by the way.
I had no idea this was going to happen, but thank you to the guy. Thank you to you. Thank you to the guys. Good Team on Paper. What's the handle? Or can you go and find them
at
anyway?
Good Team on Paper.
At Good Team on Paper.
So these
this
guys,
looks sick, by the way. Look at this.
you can, if you like what Lee's about to show, they make you one of these for every single team, and as part of the competition that we're going to be running on FF Scout,
Move my mic a little bit.
You can win one of these.
Oh,
so it's a
yes. Can you see that?
For the podcasters, it is a hoodie with all of the Liverpool shirts over the years on the back.
All the old school shirts on it.
Yeah, so that's the back.
It's appropriate I'm wearing this tonight then.
Yeah. So this is it's like old school Liverpool shirts through the years.
Oh, I love that.
That's the back. So, and then on the front, it has the little Good Team on Paper logo, and obviously a normal Joey pouch, and just from the front.
Okay, that's the
from the front, all sensible, so and chill.
Oh, look at the little logo.
Good Team on Paper logo.
Good Team on Paper.
And on the back, you got all your favourite shirts.
Look at that. Look at that.
I'm not at all jealous that I haven't got the one with the Spurs on, so maybe I'll enter the competition and try and win a Spurs one.
At Good Team on Paper?
Yeah, so at Good Team on Paper, they're on X and all of those good places. Follow them and follow FFS if you haven't done so already, because we will be giving away one of these. You'll be able to choose which team you want. So if you don't want Liverpool, I understand. That's fine. You don't. Guess
which picture?
He's just trashed my Mickey Van de Ven picture. I've just been really nice to you, and you've trashed Mickey Van de Ven.
And I've chucked Van de Ven off of the...
Give him to me, George.
God, George.
George.
Oh, George. Oh no, I've knocked the
It's
Van
all
de
right,
Ven
George.
picture
It's
off.
all right.
He's all right.
He's all right, George. It's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah. So if you want to win one of these, we're going to be running competitions. So follow FFS on Twitter,
brilliant,
also known as X or whatever we call it these days, and also go and follow Good Team on Paper. Honestly, they make these amazing FPL prints, but their football related stuff is also brilliant. So go and have a little check of them.
So good. Thank you very much for that, and thank you, Good Team on Paper.
Thanks, Ian.
I genuinely that was not set up. I had no idea that was happening.
No, we didn't. Honestly,
I've never.
I've got the scissors here because I opened it literally 10 seconds before we came on air.
Oh, there we go. Absolutely sensational. Right, guys, that is that. I was going to say that is it. We're not at the end of the stream, are we? No, we're just saying hello to
Let's show them the new graphics, Lee.
Let's show them the new graphics. Let's get on with... do you want to do our drafts or do you want to do the players? Let's do the players.
Let's do the players.
Before we do, Sam, a new member here at the FPL Family channel, Ken's Bromsgrove. Thank you, mate, for joining us.
Was it you throwing Mickey Van de Ven, or was it the hoodie, or what was it that did it? Was it the Fortnite chat?
Ken's, let us know, mate. Now that you're a member, your chat messages will get highlighted, so it will stand out for me on the chat, and I will be... You can tell us, was it the Fortnite chat? Was it me throwing Van de Ven on the floor? Was it the Good Team on Paper jumper? Was it a mixture of all of those things, mate? But you are very welcome here on the channel. Sam, let us talk about one of our new signings. Who do you want to start with?
Well, I put them in order of...
I don't want to start with the goalkeeper. We ain't doing that.
I put them in order. Why did I put them? I went defence through to forwards.
Yeah, well, we don't want to start with the boring defence. There we go.
Oh,
yes.
It's already gone out of the order I put them in.
Here we go.
Guys. Right, first of all, do we like the graphic? Because I think it's quite nice. I made that.
It is nice. I'm just wondering where in the chat window it's just I've got a poll running for who you'd have out of Watkins versus Gyokeres. We're going to come to that later when we talk about Gyokeres. But I can see it in my chat window on the. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Florian Wirtz, midfielder, 8.5 million in FPL. Bournemouth at home, Newcastle away, Arsenal at home to start the season. As I mentioned on a couple of our videos from a week ago or so when we talked about first drafts, I think I said something like, we're going to have some fun with this lad. We are going to have some fun with this lad. So you put the graphics together. Tell us what you make of this guy. And is he in your team first and foremost?
He is. Yeah, he is in my team. Has been for a little while now. Wasn't in my first couple, I must admit. Mostly because I was thinking, I don't know, the fixtures... Maybe they're a bit mid. I like the one on the opening day. The next couple, maybe I'm not so sure about. And I've got Salah and I've got Virgil and it's all getting a bit expensive. And then he scored in pre-season and I thought, And he's become one of those. And part of the reason I made a graphic on him is mostly because... as with the rest of them, they've all become very popular, these ones. And so I think the conversation has to be, are they worth it? Like, am I now going for them because I really genuinely want them, or am I going for them because of fear of missing out?
FOMO, yeah.
And I think João Pedro is a good conversation starter. Well, I haven't made one of these for him. But for Wirtz, I think every time I try and take him out, I think it doesn't feel very comfy, because at 8.5, I think he offers really nice value for money. Like, he's not going to cost you 10. And I keep thinking, if you get a record-breaking striker, is he worth 2 million more?
I think Wirtz is a must-have. I've been looking at him. I've been looking at him in pre-season. Guys, he's not here to mess about. This guy, like. A lot of the YouTube videos, a lot of the training videos, a lot of the highlights of some of the pre-season, and of course I've been watching it, right? Whenever a new YouTube video pops up about Liverpool, I'm on it straight away, aren't I? And yes, he's been playing a lot. He's already got, bear in mind, he's had he's been at the club a couple of months. He's already on the same wavelength as Mo. He's already on the same wavelength as whoever it is that plays out there on the left with him, be it Kirk, is usually going to, I think it's going to be Gyokeres more often than not, but he and Robbo seem to have a bit going on as well, right? He's already got a bit of a relationship going on with McAllister on that side, but McAllister sort of dropping on that side a little bit as well. He finds what he does in tight spaces is just incredible. It's just, if you watch him and watch some of the highlights, who did we play? Few days back, can't remember who we played. Generally can't remember. But the way that he gets the ball on either the half turn or even on the full turn and finds little pockets of space is unbelievable. You're right, he did score his first goal in a Liverpool shirt. Notice how and where on the pitch he scored that goal from. It's just instinctively he was in the right place. The ball, like I think I read some YouTube comment or so, even the commentator might have said, "Oh," and it fell nicely to him. No. He arrived at exactly the right time to hit that ball and side foot it into the side of the net. And a very composed finish. And what I also liked about it, and I see this in a lot of younger players, not just at Liverpool but others, is that if you score your first goal for a club, you should, oh yes, even if it's a friendly, it's like a great feeling. He just was like, whatever. Yeah, that's a goal. I'm here to score goals, so I've done my job. He's a stone cold killer.
Did I hear he's on corners?
Yes, I think so. He's certainly been taking a lot in a lot of the pre-season videos.
I thought I read that. And of course...
With no Trent.
Yeah, because that was an up for grabs thing, wasn't it? Like, who was going to take them? And I must admit, that is something that does always... It's an attractive thing, right?
Of course.
Set pieces of any kind, obviously the penalties, definitely... Set pieces. By the way, did you see Virgil's free kick the other day? Oh my god,
yes.
That was a thing of beauty. And then, so when I read he was taking corners, I was like, oh, because Liverpool are really good from set pieces. You've got people that can finish them. So if he's going to start banging in corners, that could be a really nice route to additional points.
So the question is then, and George is asking it in the chat, if you get Wirtz, you don't necessarily need Salah. In his opinion,
no,
George is saying.
George, that's almost blasphemy on this channel. Can we say that? Because I don't think we can say that, Lee.
I think Salah's ownership is going to be very high, George. And I think he's going to be very highly captain for game week 1. And I think if I was a braver manager, I'd maybe look at it. But the way that I start FPL seasons is very risk averse. I like to start quite template. I like to not take many risks. And I like to not get too far behind in the first few weeks. And then we've got more information. Then we can start acting on some of the data. Then we get a bit more of a feel for some of the cheaper players that are coming through. And you can start to build, not a template, but you can start to get a feel for the game. In game week 1, we just don't know, don't we? And I think backing against, head and shoulders the clear player from last season. And, one of the top, if not the top FPL player for the last 4 seasons. In a team that's going to have even more quality around him now. I think that's for me, that's too big a risk in game week 1. I'm going to be going, and you'll see it in my draft, I'm going to be going Salah and Wirtz. And I think since the first draft I put together, I've had them 2 and they've not moved.
I don't think you can be without Salah, George.
You think you have to have him?
I think he's essential.
I don't think you have to.
I do. I think he's essential because I think part of the problem with not having Salah, and the only way I think you can not have Salah is if you have Haaland. And I can't.
Well, there we go. Yeah, I mean, yes, but you've just made the... So you can't say you can't go without Salah.
I can't understand why you would do that. I don't see the value in that. I don't see the value in having Haaland over Salah for the opening weeks of the season. I just don't see it. Whereas I think with...
He starts the season so strong. That's what Matthew Lewis is saying in the chat. He says he currently has Haaland. People seem to have forgotten how strongly he starts seasons. That is true.
Yeah, but they haven't been back properly yet from the Club World Cup. They were... I mean, he did score a couple in the Club World Cup, to be fair, but Salah's never blanked game week 1, averages more than 12 points every game week 1. I'll guarantee you are suffering in that first game of the season.
But you're mixing your narratives there, though, aren't you? Because we sat here a couple of weeks ago on a video, and I'm sure we're going to talk about it later on, about, you know, Chelsea having a bit of a flat... Could they have a flat start to the season because of the Club World Cup? And you emphatically said on the video, well, no, you think Christmas it might be a problem. Well, why would Man City have a flat start? Why would Haaland have a flat start to the season?
I'm not saying he's going to have a flat start to the season. I'm just saying that they didn't go as far in the Club World Cups. They didn't have those extra games in their legs. They're coming back into training now, getting some minutes in their legs ahead of the new season. There's a lot of new signings at Man City this season, a lot of new players to bed in, a lot of uncertainty around who plays where, and who is going to be creating for Haaland this season. Who are going to be the players that get the starts?
I think
There's a lot of creativity. They've bought a lot of creativity, but does it gel straight away? Do they all slot? Because if you look at who they played in the Club World Cup in those early rounds, they weren't really, no offence, weren't really playing anybody at that point, not playing Premier League opposition anyway. So I think it's going to take a while for them to work out, for Pep to rotate, work out who his best players are in and around Haaland, for those relationships to be built. Obviously, they're going to be stronger because they're going to have Rodri back. That's going to make a massive difference. I don't think that... I'm not by any stretch of the imagination saying that I think that Man City and Haaland are going to start the season badly.
Okay.
But what I am saying is that straight choice between the two of them, you go for Salah all day long.
What about this then from Daniel Banks? Thank you, Daniel, for the question. Going by that logic then, would you go for Salah and a 4.5 striker or Isak and Wirtz? You can have Isak and Wirtz for the same money as Salah on a 4.5.
But what are we making the assumption that Isak's a red?
Well, let's go with that, yeah. Difficult, isn't it? It's difficult.
Yeah, but okay. I don't think you can have Isak for game week 1. Not playing any minutes. He's barely doing any training. He's training in isolation with his old team, isn't he? I've read.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
So he's not going to be match fit for game week 1, is he?
It's a tricky one. For sure, the way that I play the game, going back to your question, George, I will be going with Salah and not with Haaland. But any of you out there that want to go with Wirtz over Salah and go with Haaland, I am not against it, guys. I am not against it. And as George also rightly says, we have the Community Shield coming up next weekend, which is going to be pretty key to a lot of our decision making. No doubt about it. That's this time next week. Yeah, it'll be finished by this time next week. Right, we'll know who the Community Shield winners are. Yeah,
it's exciting. I forgot about that.
Let's move on to another new signing. Let's go to Ryan 8 Nori. So a new signing for Manchester City. So we were talking there about some of the creativity that City have bought. Well, this guy is absolutely full of it. Now, Wolves away, Spurs at home,
map, by the way.
Brighton away. For those of you that are on YouTube, you can see the assist. Is that assists or chances created?
Chances created in yellow and green are the assists.
The assists, courtesy of Fantasy Football Scout. And yeah, it goes without saying, guys, if you are not a member over at Fantasy Football Scout yet, have a look. Definitely go and have a look. It sounds like Steve McManaman. We'll definitely have a look.
Have a look at that. It's still 47% off right now. Will only be for another few days. It's back end of this week. We're going to change the pricing. So there's a link in the description if you want to sign up.
Definitely go and check that out. And a few of you are saying, yeah, the app in particular. I mean, the website's gone through a whole new overhaul. Looks amazing over at Scout. The app, which was released at the start of last season, it's just gone from strength to strength. Honestly, Scout, absolutely the number one choice out there in the market right now. But Ryan 8 Nori, 6 million defender. Now, yeah, some of us might have balked at that a little bit, but now we have the defensive contributions. Now we've got a little bit more interest in being a big at the back, so to speak. Is 8 Nori in your draft? Have you got him in there still? Because he was in your first version, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, I kind of ponder with 8 Nori. He's been in most of my drafts now, to be fair. The issue I have with Man City is I always think, they're not very good defensively. They always seem to let up a goal here or there. And then I look at the actual numbers for clean sheets and I go, well, actually, they're not as bad as I kind of in my head make them. They're certainly more likely to keep clean sheets than Wolves are. So
do you think Rodri back is going to have an impact in terms of them keeping clean? They're going to keep more clean sheets with him around, aren't they?
They certainly should do, yeah. And they also had a lot of issues, didn't they, at the back last year. Now, the one thing that's kind of intriguing me with Man City, of course, is will we have a new number one between the sticks behind Aït-Nouri? Because obviously they've now signed Trafford. He's come back.
Re-signed Trafford,
Yep,
yeah.
he's come back.
Did he have one of them fancy buyback clauses? Did he have one of them?
No, I don't think so. It's just a straight buyback.
Okay,
just a straight thing. But I think what's interesting to me is obviously at the time of recording this, Edison is still a Manchester City player. So kind of begs the question, well, they've spent all this money signing Trafford. Surely they're not expecting him to not be the number one. I wouldn't have thought.
A lot of money to pay for a sub-keeper.
Massively. Given that last year Edison was linked with a move away and then it didn't happen quite late on, I wonder whether this year it is going to happen a bit like, with the announcement with Sonny. Maybe we get a sort of late-ish announcement that he's off. We'll have to see. But obviously that will change things up. The only thing that worries me a little bit about Aït-Nouri is the potential rotation risk that we have with all Manchester City players.
Yeah, that's what Mr. Glenn in the chat. Thank you for the super chat, Mr. Glenn. He's absolutely saying that. He's saying, What did we say to the Pep Roulette? Not today. I mean, that you had that with Cherky in your first draft. I remember in the first draft video.
Second, yeah.
In the second draft video, and we'll see later on whether Cherky's still in your draft. But yeah, Aït-Nouri, I don't think he's as much of a rotation risk as you think.
I think it's more around. I don't think for the opening few weeks it's going to be an issue. I think it's when we get towards Champions League time. Could we see matches where he gives Aït-Nouri, because Aït-Nouri is very attacking, he's very threatening. Could we see matches where Aït-Nouri is moved to the bench, Gvardiol plays out there instead? They bring in, because they've got other centre backs that they could play instead of Gvardiol. So could they give Aït-Nouri some rest in bigger games? Or ahead of maybe big Champions League actions or what have you. Maybe. I think if you want security of starts, then you go Gvardiol because he's got two positions he could play him in defence. Whereas with Aït-Nouri, there is just one. And I do think that with Gvardiol at centre-back, we saw it last year, didn't we? Yes, you get less attacking threat, but you pick up more bonus points because you're doing all of that.
The pass completion.
He's
more likely to get C-bit.
And I think he's much more likely to get the defensive contributions than Aït-Nouri is, because he's going to be the one doing the blocks and the clearances and the tackles and the intercept. I think he will. I think he's
tend to play it out from the back a lot, though, don't they? They don't tend to just hoof it or clear it very much. I mean,
no, but you're more likely to get that from a ball recovery perspective for the midfielders. Then
I don't think Guardiola's great for the C-bit. I'd have to check some of the stats. And by the way, another reason to be a scout member, by the way, is that they've integrated all of the defensive contribution stuff, all of the C-bit stuff, which was a bit it was a bit foreign to me a couple of weeks ago when FPL Towers announced it. Within hours, if not within the day, Scout had it up on their members area with all the clearances, blocks, and interceptions. Basically, what would last year's points have looked like for certain players?
We've now gone back 7 years, by the way. We've got 7
years of data. Bloody hell! So you can go back 7 years if you wanted to in the Scout members area and look at who are the kind of key players that would have got a lot more points. Now, famously, we've all seen, Tarkovsky, for example, would have done massively well out of having, clearances, blocks and interceptions and having the C-bit last year. Some of the Nottingham Forest defenders. I don't remember seeing Gvardiol showing up that much.
No, but a lot of last season he played, in a wing-back position, and he didn't tend to pick up as many there at centre-back.
Maybe.
If you look at the breakdown by game, he gets more in the centre-back game. So I think there's more likelihood
so you think he's bad at C-bit for last season because he was doing a lot of inverting and from a left-back position?
Yeah, I think more often he was doing that. So, and I think, you look at that generally across the board, the centre-backs do better. It's the ones that aren't being asked to do the attacking that tend to stay back and do the clearances and the blocks and then make the tackles, because they're the ones being asked to do that donkey work, effectively. Aït-Nouri, I really, really want to have him. And I'm really worried about having him at the same time.
Yeah, I don't think I will have him for the beginning of the season, but for sure he's massively on radar. Because if he gets that freedom, that if Pep gives him that freedom to do what he wants down that left-hand side, like we saw from Gvardiol, it could be dangerous. It'd be interesting to see what they do at right-back. I don't think they've really signed a proper right-back yet. It looks like Núñez might play there. So if he plays him there, the natural inversion... Well, actually, Núñez can do it, but I think probably the more natural inversion and attack is probably going to be Aït-Nouri. But listen, I I still want to see it. I still want to see it and see what it looks like for 6 million. Whereas I think there's other 6 millions that you could go in and defensively and you're like, I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting. But I don't think he's a bad pick at all. Do not think he's a bad pick. Let's go to Keith Kelleher. So on the move from Liverpool this summer. So a 4.5 goalkeeper. This is an interesting heat map you've got for Keith Kelleher. What is this?
I don't know.
I was going to say, that doesn't look like Keith Kelleher heat map.
That doesn't look like the right one, does it?
No, it does not. No.
What if I put there?
He's done a couple of kickoffs. He's done this looks like a marauding fullback. This looks more like the next person we're going to discuss.
Who's the next person we're going to discuss?
Well, Frimpong. Should I go to the Frimpong page?
That's Frimpong's, I think.
Is that Frimpong?
No, it's not, because Frimpong wouldn't be in the members area.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I know who that is.
What? Might be Ait Nouri.
That's Ait Nouri.
Is that Ait Nouri's heat map?
No, because Ait Nouri didn't be down one side.
And he doesn't do kickoffs either. Anyway, for sure, guys.
No, I know what that is.
Oh, God. What? Is it ball distribution or something? That can't be. What is it? This is the content they're here for, Sam.
I'm going to have to look that up, guys. What have I done there?
I have no idea, but that's not a Keith Kelleher heat map, I can tell you that
That's
much.
something to do with Brentford. It's definitely
it?
Something to do with Brentford, because I remember thinking, I'll put that because that's something to do with what Brentford do.
George, maybe you can tell us. George, can you make head or tail of this heat map, mate? Anyway,
Ignore that heat map. I'll work out what it is in a minute.
Anyway, for...
It would be normal if we didn't have some carnage.
For the podcasters, this is perfect, because this visual
They can't see it anyway.
For the YouTubers, this makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
So for the podcasters, you'll be loving this.
I put there?
This is Kelleher. There is a heat map on the screen for YouTubers.
What is it, though?
Means absolutely naff all to me. He's 4.5 in goal, Sam. Brentford starts of the season. Forest away, Villa at home, Sunderland away. Keith Kelleher, 10 starts last season. Are we sure these stats are right before I read them out?
Yes, they're definitely
Good,
right.
okay, 10 starts sounds about right to me when Alisson was injured. 4 clean sheets in that time, plenty of saves as well, because, as you know, we like to give up chances. That was certainly a narrative from last season. And a pen save in there. So at 4.5, I think if you're gonna go to a 4.5 goalkeeper, he's probably the one to have, no?
So I've had him in every single draft.
Have you? Okay. What, alongside Turner?
No, alongside Trafford.
Oh, sorry, Trafford. Who's Turner? That's from a couple of seasons ago.
Matty Turner.
So you've had Trafford and Kelleher. So you've got 9.5 in your goalkeepers, have you?
Yeah, because I'm still currently planning to bench boost.
Oh, okay.
So I
more
still
on that
need
a bit
two
later.
starting
Okay.
goalkeepers. So it's difficult, right? Because I think in principle, I expect Brentford to play in a similar way under Andrews to what they did under Thomas Frank. And so defensively, that would mean some solidity. It will also mean forcing the opposition to take lower risk or lower quality chances from further out, which in turn will mean, like we saw with Flecken, more saves, more save points, more potential in the bonus point system alongside the clean sheets.
Are you sure that Keith Andrews is going to take the same approach as Thomas Frank?
I think he will try, because he's fundamentally was part of the Thomas Frank system, right? He's been there.
But
he's been part of the coaching squad.
Yes, but Sam,
we're seeing similar. We are seeing similar things in pre-season. My issue is they've lost half their blimmin' team. So we've now lost key personnel in the management squad. We've now lost the goalkeeper. Granted, we've replaced him with a really good one. We've lost.
This looks like a heat map from it's just like a Marcus Alonso or like a John Lundstrom kind of heat map. You dug out like a Lord Lundstrom heat map from years ago.
That's the Kelleher one, look.
Well, that looks a bit more sensible, yeah.
Look, there's Kelleher's.
It's in the goal area, yes, of course.
But what is this?
I don't know, Sam.
I don't know. I got this out to have a look.
Tell me more about Brentford, though, because, and George, you might not like this, mate, so you might want to log off for a second, but they have... there's no doubt in my mind that they've taken a step down in terms of the coach, right? I mean, Thomas Frank is a top coach. He is a brilliant coach, I think, and I think Spurs are going to do very well under him. Keith Andrews, I know he's been there a couple of years. I know he understands the players. He should therefore understand the philosophy. So I understand the narrative you're trying to get at, right? He probably is going to go in there and say, well, wasn't that much wrong under Frank, so I'm going to try and keep doing that.
Yeah.
But as you say, they've lost a lot of key players. He's like, I don't know about Keith Andrews. Isn't he the set-piece coach or something?
Yeah, it was a set-piece coach, yeah.
It's such a step down from Thomas Frank that...
But they did this with Frank.
I know they did. Yeah, I know they did. But I just, does lightning strike twice from that perspective? I hope for George's sake it does, but I'm not like...
Found it.
Well, what is it then?
That's Kudus.
Guess who we're talking about later? Okay, good.
That's Kudus.
Right.
What if I put on Kudus's?
I don't know. Kelleher heat map maybe.
When we get to Kudus, you might find that there's a really random heat map.
Yeah.
It'll be Kelleher.
Anything else to say about Kelleher? I'm not convinced, to be honest.
My point of putting him in there was, one, he's very popular in the game, but two, I've gone off it. Because sorry, George, but Brentford have not impressed me at all in pre-season. In fact, I think they might get smashed a few times in the early weeks of the season.
God, George is so nice to us as well.
I know, he's so lovely. Nathan Collins did score the other day.
He did, yeah, he did. What, from a set piece?
I don't know if it was from a set piece. Let's assume it probably was.
Let's assume it was. Might be a bit set piece, actually. I
just worry about them because the fixtures they're all right.
Yeah, I love you, Keith, but I'm probably not going to go there. Let's talk about Kudus then. He's got a very interesting similar heat map to Keith Kelleher, by the way.
Do you know why that was? I know what I've done. It's because I was working all on one slide and then saving them and then replacing them. So what I've done is I've just not somewhere on my PC there'll be the right map for Kelleher. I've not put it
Mohamed Kudus, very similar to Keith Kelleher in the way that he plays the game.
There you go.
6.5 Spurs mid, Burnley at home to start the season. Very, very popular pick, and you can see why. 6.5
I think it has just become even more popular with the Maddison injury today as well.
Well, tell me about the state of Spurs then, because obviously Sonny leaving as well today. A bit sad to see Sonny leaving, but I think it was inevitable, wasn't it? I think it was on the cards.
It was, and you know what? Somebody said to me today, "Do you not feel really sad?" And I thought,
he goes as
do you know what? I don't feel sad because I feel like if Son stayed another season, it would be a whimper. It would be going out with a whimper. Whereas he goes out, having done the thing he's wanted to do for 10 years. Yeah. He's been in North London for 10 years. He's going to go off and finish his career in the MLS as an absolute legend of the club. He'll be back whenever he wants, fully welcome, no issue. If he stayed this season, he'll become marginalised. He's not going to play that often. He's going to be cameos here and there, and I just don't think that's the way you treat a legend of the club. So particularly not one that's still young. So I think so him
Son
going
probably off.
So Son's
Maddison
going,
looking like he's got a bad knee injury.
So Maddison got stretchered off today. Blimmin' Newcastle. It's only just come back, bless him. He got stretchered off today, so remains to see how bad that injury is, but I would expect that to be a problem.
Thomas Frank didn't sound particularly happy about it.
And you don't get stretchered off in tears and then play 2 weeks down the line.
On crutches and stuff on the way out, isn't he? Yeah.
You don't. And it's just ridiculous. It's a friendly Newcastle, remember that?
I haven't seen the incident though. Did he get dived in on it or something, or what happened?
I just blame Newcastle anyway. I don't know. I haven't
really
really watched
it. Newcastle then? He might just have twisted his knee out of nothing.
It's their fault. Absolute scumbags. No, I don't know. I actually haven't. No. I feel so sorry for Madders. He's literally just come back. He's missed the cup final. He's come back. I think this was pretty much his first minutes of pre-season, and he's immediately injured again. It's just sad.
Anyway,
it's sad.
all of that to say,
the point
Mohamed
is that Kudus. So Kulusevski's missing the opening weeks of the season because he's not recovered yet. Though he is kicking a ball around, so that's nice. So that did mean that I was expecting Madders to start in the 10. Obviously now Madders isn't going to be there in the 10. Son's gone from the left. So now I think all of these injuries have meant that there was a little bit of rumour going around that Kudus wasn't going to start. And I was thinking, well, you don't spend 60 million on a player for him to just not start. I just don't see that happening. So I think it's now I'm even more convinced now that he's starting Kudus on the right and Brennan Johnson on the left. Because that's where our personnel is going to be. Obviously,
he can play left though, can't he, Kudus? Don't think he's as good over there. But...
He can.
He can play both sides, the same as Kelleher, right?
And also the same as Brennan Johnson. So Brennan Johnson can also play both sides. So what we might see in the opening weeks of the season is that if neither of them's getting much joy from where they start, they might just swap.
Yeah. Do you think it cements Kulusevski in the 10 with Madders injured?
No, because he's injured. I've just said that.
Is he injured as well, Kudus?
Did you not listen?
No, I wasn't listening at that stage, no. I was still trying to get my head around the Kelleher heat map.
This is outrageous.
So you're going to play in the 10 then? Where's your creativity coming from?
Well, that's what I was saying.
That's a good question, Lee.
That's what I was saying, Lee.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a problem.
I wonder if that makes Solanke a worse pick.
Well, Solanke's not playing any minutes yet. He'll be back for the Bayern game because he's injured as well.
Bloody Spurs.
He's going to be back.
Always injured.
He'll be back in for the Bayern game, which is next week.
Okay. But Kudus 6.5, decent value, isn't it? I mean, come on,
Very
if
decent
it
value.
was 7 something or 8 something, we'd be saying no. But at 6.5, it's very tempting.
He hasn't left my team since he's come in. Paps are also looking mighty fine, by the way, in pre-season.
He is having a good pre-season.
He is having a great
Good player.
pre-season, playing
Yeah,
very
I like
attacking.
him.
And I know just before we came on here, we announced the Paulinho loan deal. So that's interesting as well.
Oh, yes, okay, very good.
So that will give us a bit more oomph, because obviously, remember him in his Fulham days? He's won. The defensive contribution numbers for him at Fulham were very, very, very nice.
Very good at Fulham, and then we go Bayern. Did he go Bayern?
Bayern, yeah.
Then not so good at Bayern.
We like to do swapsies with Bayern.
Yeah, not so good at Bayern. Bit injured. I think if you can keep him fit, absolutely, he can be an asset for you. Absolutely,
Yeah,
but it's keeping him fit,
addition.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Keeping
I think
him
he'd be a
fit.
good addition.
But Kudus, yeah, I think really good value. He's been in a couple of my drafts. We'll do drafts in just a second. He's not in my current draft, but he's definitely there. He's definitely on radar, and I think at 6.5 million, he's very good value, I think. And Burnley at home to start the season, I think on paper looks like an excellent fixture for Spurs, and is a good fixture for Spurs. But let's not forget, Burnley in the Championship last season were very, very good. I know they've just lost a goalkeeper.
But we're European champions.
I know you're European champions, but Burnley, how many goals did they concede in the Championship last season? What, 16 or something ridiculous?
Yeah, but that was in the Championship.
Yes, but they don't just go from conceding 16 goals in a season
They
to
have
like
lost their
80.
goalkeeper.
I know, I just said that. But what I'm saying is, they don't just turn from elite to crap overnight, right? And I think I think that could be a frustrating game for Spurs. I back you to win it. But I'm saying that's not an easy game week 1. And then you've got City away in 2.
Yeah, we love a trip there.
In fact, Bournemouth at home in 3 actually sounds better to me than Burnley. The way that Bournemouth have been defending, and they've been decimated. Never mind just lose a keeper. They've lost their whole team, Bournemouth.
They are in the mud.
So anyway, I don't think Burnley at home is as good a fixture as people make out. So if you're going Kudus and Solanke and maybe Van der Ven, I think that's probably too much. I have got a Spurs player in my draft at the moment.
Just one.
Just one. And I think he's just suddenly got a lot better with Son leaving as well. It's definitely not him. It's not Van der Ven. Let's move on, Sam. Let's go to go back to Anfield and talk about Jeremy Frimpong. Tell us what you've put. It's quite hard to see this on the old graphic. Go on, people. If you're watching on your phone, you've got to zoom in on this. But go on. What's that graphic tell us?
So this is a stats bomb graphic. So this is a pass map from the game he played against you lot in the Champions League last year.
Right.
So the more involved they are, the bigger they are. Basically.
Okay.
So this graphic is basically just highlighting his importance.
Which circle is he? I can't even see. It's too small.
The big
one. Okay. These graphics, they look amazing. I'm not sure.
You're looking at it tiny. People can be looking at it on a big screen, Lee.
Sam, people don't watch FPL Family on their 80-inch
they do.
plasmas in their front rooms.
Yeah.
They watch it on their phones and their iPads. How are they going to see
Lee,
that?
are you joking? Have you not seen the pictures people send me of their TVs watching us?
Right, get on Twitter and Instagram. If you're watching us on a massive screen TV, I want to see a picture of it.
People will be.
If you can,
I bet you George is.
If you can actually see that graphic that you've pulled together there, and I don't want to diss the work because the work you put into these is fantastic. But if I'm watching that on my iPhone, I ain't seen it.
But no one's doing that, Lee. They're all watching it
Can
in
I make
cinemas.
it bigger? I don't know if I can.
No, you can't.
I
Because
can't make it bigger.
It's a proper graphic. None of this bodging stuff anymore.
Louisa
Lee.
said sharply, I just zoomed in on my iPad. No big deal.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, thanks,
sharply.
Louise.
Thanks, Louise. You see? What are they saying?
I'm on a 14-inch work laptop. Can't see. I've got you on the TV, Generic says. There we go.
There you go. See? Yeah. So basically, my point was how important he is in terms of passes. So he will be highly involved in what Liverpool are doing. That was the point I was making. And I think
Sam Cobain says, I'm watching it on my 50-inch TV. Still can't see it.
Shut up, Sam.
FPL Victoria's Secret. Thanks for the super chat. I'm even more confused after all these graphics. I don't know what before he had it. Victoria's Secret. He had his team locked. He was locked, and now he's come on, and Kelleher's running down the left wing. Kudus
That is a
goal,
mistake.
And Frimpong's doing who fucking knows what. It's too small to see.
Well,
This is what we're here for. Like and subscribe, people.
maybe I should have made that graphic a little bit bigger. The point is, I liked it because I think it's basically highlighting how important he's going to be and how involved he's going to be in what Liverpool do. I think that was the point I was trying to make with it. He's going to be highly involved. He's going to be very attacking.
The God, guys, I've missed you guys so much.
Why? What's happened
Walter
now?
Kurtz is saying, I'm watching this at the IMAX in Waterloo. Can't see it. He's got it on the IMAX, the biggest screen in Europe. He's like,
Is it the
"What's
rat round
Frimpong
one?"
doing?" Such Walter. Oh my God, please, mate.
dear,
That's a
oh
nightmare.
dear. Well,
That's a nightmare.
I'll post it in our Patreon Slack channel so everyone can see it in there.
George's already done it. He's taken a picture of what he's watching us on his big screen TV, and he sent a picture in the Slack, he says.
George, you see, I know George is always there. He doesn't take the mick out. Here he is. They're talking. There they are. Andrew's just put in the Slack.
Sam, come
Watched
on.
it on the TV.
Sam, we've been on an hour, and all we've done is confuse people. Frimpong, yes or no in your team?
Well, this is really a question for you. I've put Van der Ven there.
Just noticed he's not gone back on his shelf. George, I cursed the day you bought that bloody thing, made it.
You threw him on the floor.
Matt Francis is in the chat. He said, bloody hell, this is making Q&A with Az and Sam look organised. Yeah, it is. You're right. Welcome to FPL Family.
We actually
Matt.
haven't made any
subscribe.
mistakes so far on that Q&A, actually.
Yeah, you don't get your graphics for Az wrong, does he? He's not seeing Kelleher bombing on in midfield.
I don't do the graphics for Az. He has to do them himself. Frimpong guaranteed to start, yes or no?
No. No.
Are you surprised his ownership is so high on that basis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at him in the pre-season videos again. This guy is absolutely rapid, by the way. There's a little drill they do, the Liverpool players side by side. I'm sure, not just Liverpool, if I watch the training videos of all the other clubs, I'm sure they do the same, right? But they have the two players kind of like bouncing. And then when the coach says go, they have to run kind of almost like they have to run sideways to like a cone. Not a cone, one of them sticks in the training ground, and then they sort of leg it past, and it's like a race, who can win. He has not lost a single one of them, I'm telling you. He's so quick, Frimpong. But Connor is there. Connor is there, and Connor is also having a very good pre-season, Connor Bradley. Do you know what? I think when Salah goes to AFCON, it would not surprise me to see Frimpong in a more advanced position.
What?
In Salah's position.
What?
It would not surprise me. I don't know if we've got... I mean, we're thinking about selling Kaiser. I don't know if we've got a natural fit for when Salah goes to AFCON, yeah? And the players that we're being linked with are not any of them natural fits, whereas Frimpong could play there, I think.
Okay, so Frimpong for Christmas?
Well, put it this way. I'm not going with him at the start of the season.
No.
Because I think just with the Liverpool fullbacks...
Expect rotation?
I'd really like to go there with one of them. And if you said to me, you have to pick a Liverpool fullback, I think I'd go for Gyokeres. Because I think Robbo's days are numbered. He's still there, of course, and Tsimikas is still there.
Are they going to keep all three?
I don't know.
That's a lot, isn't it?
I don't think Tsimikas wants to... I just think he's just happy being there, Tsimikas.
I'm not suggesting you sell Tsimikas.
Oh, right, okay, Robbo. Yeah,
Never sell Tsimikas. The man's a legend.
But anyway, Gyokeres is his first choice on the left, I think, and I think he'll get most of the games. Whereas Frimpong, I think... Yeah, let's see. He should be first choice. He should absolutely be. But Connor, don't sleep on him.
And
don't
he started the season.
He's been very, very good, Connor Bradley. And
he ended the season well as well, didn't he, Bradley?
yeah, not only has he got the legs to get forward into those advanced positions,
He does actually
but
defend as
trust
well.
me, don't sleep on him on the C bit either. He will get the C bits.
He does defend.
Yeah, totally. So Frimpong, yeah, regardless of what his tiny little things are doing there on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and some of the shots and the assists, yes, he's got attacking potential. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt. Just that uncertainty with Bradley means that I will be sticking with the big man at the back, probably, with Virgil van Dijk, and we'll talk about that a bit later on. Cameron Starr, thank you for the super chat. You are a star, mate. He says, you guys are great. Thank you for the content. I'm glad. How many have we got here? Listen to this guff. 360 people listening to bloody Frimpong's tiny little stats thing,
Excuse
Fortnite,
me?
and Kelleher being
right.
Kudus.
Okay, so I did make a mistake with Kelleher and Kudus. That's just I haven't
We've
changed
got to go to the last
map.
one, Sam. We've got to go to the last one. We've done over an hour. We've got Gyokeres. Is that how we say it?
I think it's Gyokeres, isn't
Gyokeres.
it? I think the G is not there.
Victor Gyokeres.
I think so.
Coming in at a pretty reasonable, I think, 9 million for Arsenal. Now, Manchester United away in the first game. Then Leeds at home, that really nice green-looking fixture in game week 2, which is tempting all of us, I think. And then away at Anfield in game week 3. That's a big game, isn't it, for early on in the season? What are we saying about Victor Gyokeres? And in particular, I'd like your opinion on him versus some of the others in his price bracket, not least someone who's having a very, very good pre-season, Mr. Ollie Watkins. What are we saying about all of these players in that price bracket?
Oh, Lee.
39 league goals in 33 appearances. That's even for a, I know it's not the Premier League, right? But that's a mad stat, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
I
a
mean,
mad
it's the
stat.
Portuguese league, so take it what you will. But he has done it in the Champions League, and I put that data on there as well, and has also
Yeah.
scored against English clubs in the Champions League as well. So you could, and you will get people going, well, it's just Sporting, and it's the Portuguese league, and all of that is true, but he has done it at the biggest level, on the biggest stage, against English clubs in the Champions League. So he has that pedigree in him. He is the thing that Arsenal have lacked.
For years, by the way.
For years, they've missed a number 9, and we've never really understood why they haven't gone and signed one. Well, now they have, and they've signed a blimming good one. And he comes in $1 million cheaper than Saka, which is attractive. But I think the 9 million price tag works. In my head, I thought he'd be 10 because I thought they'd price him alongside Saka. But then actually, when you look at what they've done with other forwards as they've added them into the game in previous years, they've come in and around that £9 million bracket. And then they've gone up the following year if they've done well, or they've come down the other year if they haven't. Now, I kind of think it makes sense for him to sit alongside Watkins. His arrival at Arsenal did change my thinking for quite a long time, because I have been planning bench boost 1, free hit 2, chip Cherky, remember, back to the last video for those that haven't watched. And I'm still sort of thinking that chip might be the way that I go. But then that is literally to give me Arsenal coverage for game week 2. So then I'm starting to think to myself, well, actually, am I better off to just have an Arsenal player rather than trying to use another chip to give me Arsenal assets? Do I just go with one? Because actually, when you break down the numbers and you look at Arsenal's record against the clubs, because the fixtures aren't great for the opening 6, apart from Leeds.
No.
The other 5 are horrible.
It's that Leeds game, though, isn't it?
But the Leeds game is
that's
great.
Captaincy, potentially.
Absolutely. Particularly when you look at Man City have got Spurs, Liverpool have got...
I forget already.
Is it Newcastle?
We can go to Frimpong or we can go to Wirtz. Hold on. Yeah, Newcastle away.
Yeah. So there's not like... They are the obvious captain, and there's Palmer. Chelsea have got a nice fixture, I think.
Yes.
But there's not like an obvious standout captain. But Arsenal do feel like the team that you would look towards. And then
is, if you buy him though, and say he doesn't perform that well against Manchester United at Old Trafford, then are you confident to captain him in game week 2? Say you then don't have any sort of natural okay, Salah's always there, I get it, but you say you go for him and you don't go, and because you've gone for him, you don't have a Palmer, for example. You're then kind of saying, well, do I trust him for captaincy in game week 2? I probably don't. And you're going Salah at Newcastle, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's hard because I put him in. So the draft, for those of you that listened to the official pod this week, I had him in on that draft.
Gyokeres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I felt sort of more confident. And then Spurs played Arsenal in that pre-season friendly. He only got 14 minutes. So I don't really feel like we got really a bit of anything. I don't think he only touched the ball twice, I think. So we didn't really get much of an understanding. I just don't know how quickly, because obviously he's come in towards the back end of the pre-season as well. So he's only got I think they've got another game, maybe 2, before the season starts.
And not as if they haven't got options. As Victoria's Secret
They've got
also
Kai
says,
Havertz.
He's
fit.
right there.
Yeah, he's fit there and available.
Yeah.
Does Arteta go all guns blazing with Gyokeres to start the season, or does he go with a bit of what I know and what I trust in Havertz and ease him in? Do I know that all the underlying stats are there in terms of the Portuguese stuff and the Champions League from last time round, but do I feel confident that I would want to hand him the captain? If it's Saka, it's different. I'd hand Saka the captain's
tried and tested,
armband.
isn't it? That's the difference.
Yeah, plus also there were some injuries in that Spurs game. Obviously, we need to wait and see on that. Saka did go off with a bit of a knock. Sorry about that.
Right.
Apologies. Trossard also went off injured. So again, I think there's a little bit of uncertainty there in and around who's starting and what have you. So we just need to give it a little bit of time. And
I think the swing for me is who's going to take the penalties, and we might not know before game week 1. And in fact, it's probably unlikely we're going to know. But he has got a very good record from the penalty spot, 34 out of 38.
Yeah.
And we know, and we've seen in the past how Saka and
likes to give them away.
Ødegaard and others like to, they like to be quite, liberal, let's say, with who takes the penalties in those games, the Arsenal games. Usually it's Saka, but we've seen it being dished around.
Arteta's comments on pens were interesting as well, though. Did you hear them?
What did he say?
He said something like, he was directly asked, will he be on penalties? And he basically said...
Gyokeres.
He basically said he's a very good penalty taker. I'll let the boys work it out between themselves. If they can't, I'll get involved.
All right. As usual, we don't get a straight answer.
So not a straight answer.
He didn't say yes or no.
My suggestion is that probably means that he's very trustworthy with the penalties and he probably should take them. But I don't think he'll make Saka give them up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be... I don't think I'm going to go for him in game week 1. We'll do our teams in just a sec. I don't think I'm going to go with it just because, again, boringly, but it's a risk, isn't it? It's a game week 1 risk.
It's a risk, but also though, his arrival has made me kind of go, should I have at least somebody in the 9 million bracket
to cover
in
that
the forward
bracket
line? Because at the moment with the forward line that I have, that's going to be challenging.
Yeah, indeed. All right, let's get on with our teams in just a second, Sam. But before we do, I forgot to put that in there. Did that transition come across YouTubers? Let us know. I think that's the first one I've had with the transition on it.
Did it work?
I don't know. Something happened.
Ooh.
I don't know. It might have. It looked as if it might have stalled a little bit. Tell me in the chat if that I've been trying out this new FPL family transition. George is saying it glitched a bit. Yeah, I think I don't know if I've made it a bit too graphic heavy, but
maybe
anyway,
made it a bit speedy.
Bit speedy, maybe. Yeah. But I'm trying to get that transition working. That was a bit of quality control live in play, which I probably shouldn't have done. But patreon.com/FPL Family if you want a bit more of me and Sam in your lives. We have 4 different tiers on our Patreon this season, and we also have a 5th tier, which is the free tier. You can go to Patreon, set up a Patreon account, and just follow us. There's no obligation to give us any money whatsoever. You can just follow us and follow our content, and you'll get a weekly Ohana podcast. So in previous seasons, we used to put that behind the paywall, the Ohana podcast. That was for anyone at a paid tier used to get that podcast. Now, if you join us at the free tier, you can get the Ohana podcast. If you want then the Slack access or the Manager of the Month competitions or the Zoom calls, then there's some tiers where you can come and support the channel, like a lot of the patrons in the live chat tonight do. But yeah, if you want to come and join us for free and just get that podcast, then just set up an account and follow us on over there. But if you want a bit more of Sam and I in your lives, then you can come and support the channel over at patreon.com/FPL Family. And thank you to everybody. There's been so many new patrons.
Has there?
Yes, in the last couple of weeks, in the last 7 days in particular. Loads of newbies. So guys, thank you so much for joining us and supporting us on the channel, because it's great to see everybody signing up.
I also note that we've had a couple of all-ins as well.
We've had a couple of all-ins, and I was talking to Joseph actually on the Slack earlier. He's upgraded to all-in. So Joseph, thank you very much, mate, for coming and supporting the channel. The all-in tier is our new tier for this season, where you get...
We've reacted to the requests of the Patreons with this one.
Yeah, there was a lot of you that were like, we'd like to support you at a higher level. And we were like, what, higher than $10 a month? No way.
That's quite a lot.
It's very, very kind of you to do that. And what we thought we'd do as a result is, if you're going to double your support, then we're going to double the amount of support we give you back.
Which is quite handy with the chips as well. New chips, right?
Double the amount of chips, double the amount of calls, double the amount of support, basically. So you get to speak to us something like 4 times a season or something ridiculous. So you can come and talk to us when you're activating your first wildcard, your second wildcard, all of that stuff, right? But all the details, everything you need to know about joining us, even if you come and join us just at the Slack tier and get involved with the Slack community, which is awesome, right?
I mean,
some of the people in there
fair.
are awesome. And then if you want to do the competitions, then it's a $5. I think Zoom is then a $10, and then all in is $20, right? So if you want to come and get involved with us on a whole different level, be part of the family, patreon.com/FPL Family is where you can go and find out more information about that. Sam, let's get on with our teams. I want to talk about mine first, if that's okay with you. If I can find it. Where's my team? I put it here. There.
The transition worked, I think.
I think that worked. Did you like it? Did it work? Guys, George, let us know. You said it was glitchy before. Was it a bit less glitchy that time, the transition? I think it worked. Anyway, this is my current team. He said it did, but it's really fast. I can't slow it down, mate. As long as it worked, Joseph, it worked. Victoria Seeker, that worked. Good. Right. People are like, it was good, but oh my God, we didn't even blink and it was there. So I got in a second. I can make it slower.
It says FPL Family,
I'll make it slower. Guys, this is my team as it stands. Obviously, lots going to change. Lots going to be different, of course. There is, in my front line, a certain Mr. Ollie Watkins and not a Victor Gyokeres.
Yeah.
So there it is. That's me being a little bit more conservative with my pick, maybe, in the front line. There's my Spurs player. I have got Dom Solanke in my team because I do think with Son not there, I think he becomes the de facto for penalties. I mean, you tell me if you think differently, but I think he takes the penalties now for Spurs.
Oh, he'll take the penalties, yeah.
And at his price point, we saw it last season. He's not necessarily a 25, 30 goal a season striker, but what is he, 7.5? I think at 7.5, the penalty taking, in a team that I expect to improve, let's not beat around the bush. Spurs will improve this season under Frank, and he is going to be the main number 9, right? I expect him to get a lot of minutes, and I expect him to, well, up until today, have a lot of creativity around him. We've got to see how that maybe plays out, but for sure, I don't see me not having Solanke at this moment in time, and I know he's the same price as João Pedro,
who I noticed disappeared from this draft, Lee.
He's gone. Yeah, I've not gone with João Pedro.
Why?
Well, I think by having Solanke there, I've covered the price point, right?
Okay.
So again, if I've got that one wrong, and by the way, this is a philosophy I always go into every season, is that you're not going to get it all right.
No.
Right? You are not going to be rank 1 after the end of game week 1, right? Only one person out there, and it's unlikely to be any of us here, right?
Speak for yourself.
Could be. But just by covering the price points and having the right structure in my team, I think having a 7.5 striker, I think is important because I think that price bracket is going to, there's going to be a pick in there somewhere. I think it's Solanke, but if I'm wrong, I can switch it to João Pedro. But with João Pedro, I just can't get out of my head that he's like a 60 to 65 minute substitution waiting to happen.
So I did a video with Tom, a members video that I'm going to be doing this season with Tom for the FFS. Another reason to sign up as an FFS member if you want a bit more of me. And we recorded a video and we were talking in that about João Pedro. And one of the things that Tom was talking about, obviously Tom's a Chelsea fan, is exactly that. He was saying the problem with João Pedro, and he's also done what you've done, taking him out. Why are you laughing?
Someone spotted another graphic error, but I won't.
What have you done? What have I done?
Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Konsa look very similar.
Do you know what's happened?
I love that in the chat you notice it immediately. Look at Jonathan Shelley straight in there. Konsa changed his name to Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
So do you know? Okay, so let me tell you a fun story about this graphic. So I said to Lee,
graphics are so good.
I said to Lee the other day, I said, Lee, I need a new copy of your team. He said, yeah, nothing's changed. I said, fine.
Yeah.
So I used the old one. So I set this stream up.
Yeah.
Even though you were impressed, I'd set it up with the things on it.
Impressed.
And he said, oh, I've changed my team a little bit. Actually, I'll send it to you. So when I got it, I made the changes and I did the keeper and the defence, and then I got to midfield and I realised Lee's changed the formation. So it was then 3. It used to be 3-4-3. So I had to change the formation on the graphic, which meant I had to reset the whole players to the original squad. So I do the whole lot again, which is why it took me so long. By the time I got to the bench, I'd lost the will to live.
Sam, the new graphics are awesome. People are loving it compared to what I used to do, which is basically just grab a window capture. It looks so good. These are just teething problems. Don't worry. Do not worry. I mean,
whose picture is it? Konsa.
It's Konsa. Yeah,
twice.
It's Konsa twice. Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, it's better than being in the biscuit tin.
I think only Jonathan noticed it. I don't think noticed it. George definitely didn't notice it. Joseph definitely didn't notice it.
Even though they're just being too nice.
Yeah, Matt.
What's he said?
Oh, I missed these live streams. Matt was just like, I was just about to sign up to.
Oh my God! He's knocked Van der Ven down the back of the sofa.
Where's he gone? Mickey.
I actually hate you sometimes.
Van der Ven. Well, if you put it there, it's a pretty good chance my elbow is going to knock it. Can you even reach it? Can't reach it, can you? Van der Ven, gone forever. No, he's back. He's back. Worry not. That's twice I've thrown him across the room.
Throwing the love of my life across the room. I know you're jealous.
Anyway, Matt was about to say, I'm just about to sign up to Patreon, but now that Konsa and Wan-Bissaka look the same.
Again,
I will do it again. That's where my elbow goes towards the end of the stream. Right. Don't put him there.
No one can see him anyway.
In fact, actually, no one can see him there because it's like, oh, please.
Put it there.
I'm going to put him back. Look, put him back on the bloody shelf. Sit over there, Mickey. Go on.
All right, he's safe there.
Right. George just putting caps. Stop breaking my picture.
I know, George. Can you add him and
And
Eve
Gordon
it?
said, no wonder Van der Ven's always injured. Yeah, quite right.
It's like one of those little dolls. Is that what you do?
Sam, can we get back on track here? This has been...
It's not my fault that well, actually, it is my fault.
I've enjoyed the stream, but God, you can see why, like, FPL Harry's got 200,000 followers and who else we got out there? Like, Let's Talk FPL, 500,000 followers, whatever. You can see why we're gone 20-something, because it's just me throwing Van der Ven around the room and talking about Fortnite. So what? The people come here expecting some FPL content and they've had nothing except Kudus looks like Keith Kelleher. Contra and Wan-Bissaka are twins. So what? It's a joke, isn't it? It's a joke. Like and subscribe, everyone, because
I have
Contra
actually
and
got Wan-Bissaka's picture saved on my desktop as well now.
Good Lord.
Anyway, let's move on. What were you saying?
I don't know. I got completely sidetracked by Aaron Cons-Bissaka.
Oh, no, we were talking about João Pedro, weren't we? I was saying about Tom.
Gone from my team.
So, yeah, because he was saying basically what you were saying, which is his worry is that he'll start game week 1, come off at 60 minutes, Delap comes on,
Matt says he's nominating us for an FCA.
Thanks, Matt. If you do want to nominate us for an FCA, we would be really grateful. You know, because we clearly are the very best in football.
Sorry, I keep going off track. Sorry,
content.
my fault. That's why I could keep going off track.
Why am I on Twitter here? I'm not here. Yeah, nominate us for an FCAs because we're better than everyone.
João Pedro, Sam.
Yeah, so then if he goes off on 60 minutes, what happens if Liam Delap then comes on and scores? There will be a game in the opening weeks that Delap starts ahead of João Pedro.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's no doubt, and there will people be out there that'll have Gyokeres and João Pedro, and I totally get it. They're really good picks. I'm just being boring and going with Watkins and Solanke because I think they're
safe,
nailed on. Solanke for sure's on pens. We don't know about Watkins.
He doesn't normally take the pens.
Tielemans is still there, still a thing, so it could for sure still be Tielemans. But he's looking good in pre-season. It is a little bit, not template, but it's a little bit safe. But that's me. That's how I like to play the game. The three that in my midfield, Salah, Wirtz and Palmer have always been there. They've not moved. They've not moved. And even when we sat here on the video a couple of weeks ago and I said, I'm not sure about Chelsea, I'm not sure about Palmer and João Pedro. Well, I've got rid of João Pedro, but I can't bring myself to take Palmer out at the minute. I just can't bring myself to take him out. I just think he's too good at option and gives you a captaincy option for a few of the weeks of the opening 5 or 6. So I don't mind Palmer at all. I just think he's just a really good pick.
Do you think... Oh, I'm about to butcher your name, Mark. Apologies. Now, I've been through this with also Tom, because he sent me a video of him saying it.
Is this Mark Guiu?
Guiu.
Guiu, yeah?
Guiu.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not Gayu. It's
No,
Guiu.
Yeah.
Mark Guiu. His...
Still at Chelsea on the graphic here, by the way, but, you know, going
it
online.
hasn't officially gone through yet, but
Yep.
going on loan by the looks of it. We've had a here we go to Sunderland.
Sunderland low-key cooking at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah, but do you think that Sunderland are doing... Who was it that did this last year? Was it Ipswich? Who was it last year that said... Look,
No one signed Xhaka last year. I mean, that is a top... That is
Talking
a
about
great
Xhaka,
signing, by the way.
DEFCON. He's like DEFCON 5.
Is he? Right, okay.
You go back to the stats.
Okay.
Looks like a dream. That's true. But was it Ipswich last year? Somebody last year just went on signing loads of players.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was Luton the year before. Can't remember. Anyway, the point is that we have seen this before. A club comes up, they use all the money to invest, and it doesn't keep them in the league. But I do think Sunderland are doing what they can to try and to keep themselves there.
Yeah.
Fair play. And I think this loan move could be good. Now,
He's a 4.5. If he's going to get any minutes, it's good, right? I mean, my structure is such that I'm not over enamoured with the forwards. I think there's loads of great options in defence and midfield. And if we want to play more, I think, tell me what you think in the chat, guys. I think I'm underinvested at the back. I've got Virgil there, of course, who could be another 6 million Liverpool player, but I'm going to go with Virg for now. I got Nico at the back. Am I scrimping and saving on Nico Williams? There was a brilliant... I've got to find this tweet. There was a brilliant tweet by a guy that I met on Twitter. I say met on Twitter. I had a Twitter...
Guy that you met on Twitter?
I had a Twitter talk with not so long ago. Who was it? I've got to find it because it was such a good piece of work that he did.
Was it Tom Hadley by any chance?
Yes, it was. It was Tom Hadley FPL. Yes.
Tom Hadley's graphics are delightful, by the way.
Tom Hadley FPL. You need to go and follow this guy, right?
They're absolutely delicious. Mo Salah, that is absolutely delicious. That could also be said of Tom Hadley's graphics.
He's great. He's at FPL _Tom Hadley, and he did a brilliant piece of work. Get over to my Twitter. I'll retweet it. And it talks about which defender hit 4 or more points the most often last season with DEFCON. So he's kind of applied the DEFCON rules to last season to see which defenders would get at least 4 points. So we're talking, rather than talking about, ceilings, we're talking about who's got the best floors, which are the defenders that are going to regularly tick over, rather than 2, they're going to regularly tick over the 4s because of the C bits. And Nico Williams shows up really well, really, really well. Apparently 50% more often. His 4+ point games was 16. And we know what you're getting with Nico Williams, right? So Tom is saying he's going to show up well in the C bit and in the DEFCON, but also you're going to get a bit of attacking verve from him as well, because we know he likes to get forward. So Nico for sure is on radar. Now, is Milenkovic and Murillo, are they better picks for 0.5 more? Maybe, which is why I'm saying maybe I'm underinvested a little bit. But Nico's in there at the moment. Then I've got 2 4.5s, which is Konsa and Wan-Bissaka. Then I've got Esteve from Burnley as my 4.0. They might change depending on if anyone comes to the 4, but I want to have a couple of 4.5s and a 4.0 in my defence. And then in midfield, my last 2 is Ndiaye and Anderson. I think Ndiaye is going to be on penalties. I think Everton have got a reasonable start to the season, especially with Leeds away first game. And then Anderson, from a DEFCON perspective, I think is really great value.
He does.
Really, really great
picks
value.
Up DEFCON a lot.
So could I change those 2? I had Lefay as well in one of my previous drafts. I've had a look at Declan Rice, of course I have, and Caicedo and others. There are plenty that are in the mix for me. But as a whole, very quickly, what do you make of the team? I've not changed too much, but then changed 1 or 2 faces since last time you've seen it.
You said you didn't think you changed very much, but I think you have changed quite a lot in there, because I think there are some, I think you might regret not. I don't know.
I've taken Rodgers out because I didn't want to go Watkins and Rodgers, and also read that how many extra points do you think Rodgers would have got if C-Bit was a thing last season? If DEFCON was a thing last season, how many extra points would he have got?
I don't think it's very many.
0.
A bit like Salah.
0. Yeah, indeed. So
that's because they're attacking.
Absolutely. But I just think for me, I think the likes of Ndiaye, I think, might come to the 4. The likes of Anderson, I think he's going to regularly tick over. And he's on a few set pieces as well, Anderson. I just think he's a really nice pick. Anyway, that's my team. Lots still to happen. Let's talk about your team then. Let's go to your... There's the transition again. Look
I've
at
got
that.
a confession to make.
Go on, what have you done now?
I can't find this team in my draft.
You can't find this team in your draft.
I'm going to take a picture of it. Here we go.
What is happening?
So basically, I just was looking for it, and I thought...
You don't get this on FPL Harry's channel. What
he's
is
on
this?
honeymoon.
He's back now, I think.
He is back now, yeah. So basically, I've got my team set up, which is the team that I spoke about on the official pod this week. It's the one with Gyokeres.
Yeah.
That's the one, that's still in my actual FPL app. And then in Plan FPL, shout out to Plan FPL, by the way, for being an absolutely genius resource for FPL managers. If you're a Scout member, it's also connected, so you can connect the 2 for Rate My Team and stuff.
Okay,
so that's really good. But even if you're not, right, Plan FPL, Reese, who's my tech guy, built Plan FPL. He is a phenomenal man. Go over to Plan FPL and have a look at it. It allows you to make lots of different drafts. Anyway, so this draft I made in Plan FPL, but I can't remember what I've called it. I've got so many of them, I can't find it. So I thought I'll just wait for it to come up here and then I'll find it. So what's changed in this one? So some things have stayed the same. So the back line in terms of the premiums is pretty similar. Virgil and Aït-Nouri both still there right now, but I'm still going through that whole Aït-Nouri versus Gvardiol dilemma that we spoke about earlier on in the stream.
Yeah.
I've gone from Cucurella down to Cornwell to save some budget.
Okay.
And I'm slightly cooling on the idea of the Chelsea defence altogether, to be honest.
Okay. Is Cucurella or no one, no?
I think so, and I think that's why I'm slightly cooling on it.
Sanchez in goal?
That is a possibility, but then it would be Sanchez and Trafford, and then
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
And also, I think if Trafford is the number 1, then I'm going to set and forget, probably. And that will probably put pay to the bench boost unless I decide to just keep somebody in for game week 1. Right. But anyway, that's beside the point. I've also downgraded Tarkowski because David Moyes' comments. Did you hear him?
No.
He said, we're not ready for the season. We need to sign a load of players.
Oh.
He basically slated the Everton team. It was so...
Are they not out doing summer series?
Yeah, but I mean, they're there in spirit, I think.
Right.
They've been awful. Like,
Got to get off to a good start. Got the new stadium and everything, haven't they?
Well, yeah, they've got to try.
They have been conceding goals.
They've been conceding goals
in the
left, right,
summer
and
series,
centre, and then they just don't look great. Defensively, they're all over the place. And then I read another stat that says
the folks are saying in the chat, by the way, it's United 1 Everton 0 currently in the summer series. Currently going on. Again. 25 minutes gone. Who scores for United?
Mbomo.
Bruno Fernandes. Another penalty.
Another penalty.
Yes, another penalty.
And also, I read a stat about how, I'm going to get this one wrong definitely, but there's some stat around Jordan Pickford hasn't kept a clean sheet in the Premier League until game week 6, any season or something like that.
So you've moved on from Everton.
So I've kind of gone on from Tarko. Van der Ven obviously stays and will forever be there, and I've put Aina in because basically everyone seems to have a Nottingham Forest defender, and I really still don't get it, but I've gone there anyway.
It's the DEFCON, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the Murillos and the Milenkovic's people are going for. And you and I are trying to skirt around the edges with our Ainas and Williams.
Try and go a bit cheaper because I wanted to save some budget. That's allowed me to have a midfield 4 of Salah, Wirtz, Rodgers and Kudus. And
that sounds nice.
And I want those 4,
and
definitely.
Lefay on the bench?
And then I've put Lefay on the bench because you kind of talked me into him in the last stream.
I'm not against him.
And I kind of don't mind that. That seems okay. And then up top, I've got this weird combination of the 7-point.
This is interesting, this front three, because you're kind of covering one price point with 3 players.
Yeah, I know. And there is a little bit of money in the bank here, but not a lot of money in the bank. I can't remember how much it is. I think it's 1 million.
Okay.
I wish I could find it and I could tell you exactly, but you could add it up. I think in an ideal world, part of the reason why this is changing is because sometimes I make a draft and I think I want a 9 million in there because then I can move to Watkins or Gyokeres, or I could go up to Isak relatively easily if that's the way that I chose to go, although I am trebled on Liverpool already here. Or I can go down to Geu relatively easily. Well, easily. And that's going to free up
3
million.
Yeah.
And at one point I did have that. I had him in instead of Mateta. Mateta and Palace, low-key, fire this pre-season, by the way.
Right. Yeah,
they are looking absolutely fire. Now, I have considered Eze, but obviously there's a lot of...
Sal's looking good pre-season.
What, Pap or Ismail?
No, Ismaila. We're talking Palace, aren't we?
Yeah, I know, but I can't help but think about Pap Sarr every time you mention Sal. Yeah, they have. All 3 of them. Loki having a really, really good pre-season. There's still that uncertainty a little bit about Eze, isn't there, and whether he gets a move or not. But it seems to have gone a bit cold. I think Arsenal have been all focusing on getting Gyokeres and everything else over the line, and they've done that now. It'll be interesting to see if they go back in for Eze or not.
Which player are you afraid of not having?
Palmer still.
Yeah. So the problem with that's the glaring omission from this team.
So this is a bench boost squad. So this continues to be a bench boost squad. I have others where it's got Mark Gyu in, and
you've upgraded what, Rodgers to Palmer?
No, and I've upgraded, and then I took some money out of I kept Trafford as my set and forget goalkeeper, moved Kelleher down to a 4.0, and did something else around the edges, and it meant that Lefay, and I basically moved Lefay up. I can't remember how I did it, but I've got one team that's got a midfield 4 that's like Salah, Wirtz, Rodgers, Kudus and Palmer. Oh, it's because I didn't keep João Pedro either.
Okay. Because
I had Palmer, and so I thought, well, I don't really need Palmer and João Pedro, so I'll take João Pedro out.
Okay.
So there's been like... And this is where I am at the moment. Like, this squad I really quite like.
This is a nice bench boost team.
I quite like this.
No doubt about it. This is a nice bench boost team.
Which is why I've shared this one.
But I think there's some compromises.
Yeah. So this is why I've shared this one, because as far as bench boosts go, this one is the one that I'm kind of happiest with.
Okay.
I kind of feel like this one has got the potential to be a decent bench boost.
Whereas I'm setting mine up for not bench boost in game week 1.
And so the basic problem now is, where am I with this? Because I don't have Palmer and I don't have any Arsenal. So going into game week 2, I have to free hit because I've got no captain.
Yeah.
So I'm basically chip. And I think I'll also end up probably early wildcarding with it, because or at least I'll be locked into wildcard at the end of game week 6, ready for the Arsenal fixture swing.
I just don't want bench boost affecting my game week 1. I don't think that I'm not, and this we could go off on a massive tangent just on the chips, but I'm not sure that the first half of the season bench boost is going to be anywhere near as powerful. I mean, the second half of the season, yes, we'll play it in a double game week. We'll all try and get 6 to even maybe 8 fixtures out of our players that are on our bench, and it will be powerful, and we'll hope to get somewhere between 20 and 30 points. Bench boost for the first half of the season? I mean, I don't see it as being powerful. We're not going to have any double game weeks.
No, so I am kind of torn with it. So the other thing I have kind of considered, and I was listening to Andy North, Teach Mode, if you are looking for him on Twitter.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the potential for a bench boost in and around the AFCON 5 free transfers.
Right.
And I looked at that and I thought, do you know what? I'd not considered that because it's so close to Christmas and rotation and all of that jazz that it's not been something I considered. However, because AFCON free transfers aren't a chip, so you can use them all 5 in the same week you play a chip.
Yeah.
So if you were to play the chips, if you were to play it in game week 16, Salah's gone, so you could have all the money across the 15, in theory, and play the bench boost then, and have a really solid 15 because you haven't got a budget for Salah. That's something I hadn't considered. The more I think about bench boost 1, the more I like it, and the more I then think about game week 2, the more I hate it, and this is the problem. So I'm now at the point where I've basically in the next few days got to make a decision. So I've got 2 teams set up. This one, which looks like this, and another one where the 11 is far more invested, and I'm not going to bench boost, and I don't really know where I'm going to land at the minute.
Yeah, I just think for a chip that
I just want it out the way, Lee. I want it done.
Just don't let it affect your thinking. Just get it out. Just play it in game week 8 then, and get 10 points out of it. Do you know what I mean? It's like not for me. I'm trying not to let it affect my thinking at all. Like I don't want it affecting my game week 1 squad where I'm trying to play it safe. I'm trying to stick a little bit to the template. I'm trying to cover with this. If you bench boost and play this team, and Palmer braces against Palace, you're screwed. Because then all of a sudden you're thinking about how do I take a hit to get Palmer for game week 2 immediately.
Yeah.
And you're also thinking, but I've got to take a hit for Palmer, but I want Arsenal. Oh, just free hit then in game week 2, but then the problem is still there for game week 3, still no Palmer. I don't know. I'm not saying there's a right and a wrong answer. The way that I like to play the game, or certainly the way that what I feel about these first part of the season chips, the way the chips are falling this season, triple captain can be powerful, no doubt. The free hit, yes, can be powerful, will be powerful. The bench boost, second half bench boost, yeah, but the first half bench boost, I think if you got, say you get, four players, all getting at least 2, so 8, and one of them gets a return, say you get 5 or 6, what's that, 4? If you got 14 points out of the first half bench boost, I think you've done really well. Really well. 14. It's not. I don't think it's a big deal, and I'm not letting it affect me. I'll just play it when I feel like playing it. Even if I get to a point where I look at my bench and I've not got a playing keeper, I'm probably not that arsed. I'll just play it.
It's really tough because I think I'm basically scrambled eggs with this because part of me...
You're what?
My head, that's how my head feels. Because part of me really wants to just do the bench... Like, I've spent so long working on bench boost drafts to the point where I like them. Like, and I've got this one and I've got one other bench boost draft. This is the one I prefer.
Do you know how long I've spent on bench boost drafts?
No, I know you won't have spent any time on it.
A couple of hours, and I went, that's unbalanced.
Yeah, but I do kind of like it. But Palmer is the problem. He is the problem. Tom's just texted me to say he's loving your Palmer love.
Yeah, I think he's absolutely a very, very important pick for the start of the season.
And the thing is that what you said before is right? The problem with Palmer is that not having him, it's hard to find 10.5 in an existing team. So I have got one draft that's got 3 million in the bank, but it's got Palmer in the squad already. I don't quite know how I managed it, but it's got Palmer in the because it's got Gyu and various other cheap
That's what you'll end up doing. You know, I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but you'll end up doing one of your 3 to Gyu.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be if you bench boost in game week 1, then you can start going for your Gyus and your Esteves, can't you? So you get Gyu in and you spend 3 million doing Wirtz to Parma.
Yeah.
Probably.
But the problem is that you're like, what happens if Wirtz is really good in game week 1?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the
good
problem.
question.
So you're basically wanting to go Lefay. And I think basically it ended up being like I took the money out of some of the... There's extra money that came out of some of the defence. I think I didn't have Colwell. I can't remember exactly how I'd done it. I definitely didn't have 2 playing goalkeepers. So I think in the next 24 to 48 hours, I'm going to have to settle on a decision on the bench boost. Am I actually going to follow through with the bench boost in game week 1? Or not? If I am...
It'd make for bloody good content if you did, and then free hit 2. That'd make for great content.
Do you know what? I like it. I like that as a strategy, because I hate the free hit also. So that gets that done.
Why?
Because normally normally when you play a free hit, I rarely play it in a double.
Okay.
Because in a double, you always have the risk that you're going to take out the player that bangs. So, like last year, who was it at Newcastle? I stuck with
Jacob Murphy.
I stuck with him where everyone else went to Barnes, and it ended up being the right thing to do to stick with Murphy. And I only did it through fear, because I knew if I took Murphy out, I'd regret it more. So I like to free hit in a blank game week. In the opening set of fixtures, we're not going to have a choice but to play it in a week where our team...
Yeah, 100%.
So for me, playing it in game week 2, I don't like my team for game week 2, so it works. The problem is that all these casual players out there, the newbies, they're all going to be making transfers left, right and centre. The price rises are going to be through the roof, and if I'm on a free hit, I'm going to catch none of them.
You're going to get nothing.
And
you're not going to be able to take advantage of that.
Puts me off, because at that point, Parma bangs in 1, Parma bangs again in 2, I probably have missed 0.4 in price rises by the time we're going into 3, and that's what scares me about it. It's not the back-to-back chips. It's the chaotic price rises that are going to inevitably happen.
Yeah, my biggest fear is missing out on an Arsenal haul from someone in game week 2, because at the moment I've not got any Arsenal. So no Saka, no Gyokeres, no Rice even, not even an Arsenal defender. That's something I'm really heavily considering. How do I get some Arsenal coverage in my team for game week 2? Not for game week 1. I think them going to Old Trafford game week 1 is a horrible little fixture. They could go there and win, no doubt. But United are showing up all right in pre-season. So could be a difficult game. Anyway, listen, lots to discuss. Lots and lots to discuss. But... it is great to be back. Sorry for... it's been nonsense. We've had Van der Ven being thrown around the room. We've had some Fortnite chat. We've had...
Why did we
you cut your finger on something. Well, I don't know what's been going on tonight. It's been a classic FPL Family live stream. But given all of the changes that we've had with graphics and stuff, and, the Wan-Bissaka and the Konsa thing was hilarious. So, fair play. And even the Kelleher heat map, absolutely brilliant. For the podcasters are in dreamland. They haven't had to look at any of the visuals. But
they look lovely. It's just that Konsa and Wan-Bissaka maybe look a bit the same.
The graphics are absolute. They are all killer, no filler when it comes to the looks. But I'm trying to think of like a supermodel. They are the Naomi Campbell of graphics. They look amazing.
Yeah.
But personality's not quite the same.
Maybe we should have. Maybe the lesson learned is that sending it to me at 7:00 on a Sunday night.
Oh, okay.
Maybe if you just sent it to me on Friday.
Yeah.
Let's do that next time.
Okay. I was too busy throwing Van der Ven around the room.
Yeah, right. That's the trouble. You've even got a present.
I've got a present. Yes, I've got a present.
Don't forget to go and like the Good Team on Paper, guys.
Good Team. Let's show that one more time, because that was epic, wasn't it? Good. If you missed the start of the stream, the folks at Good Team on Paper, at Good Team on Paper over on X and Instagram, have sent me, via you, look at this vintage, look at all the vintage Liverpool shirts. It's a hoodie, by the way. It's a hoodie, nice black hoodie, and I love a black hoodie anyway.
Yeah.
With all the Liverpool vintage shirts on the back, absolutely sensational.
And if you want to win one, follow FFS.
I had no idea that was coming.
Follow Good Team on Paper.
That out. Yeah.
And keep an eye out, Tom. Good old Tom, at some point this week, will be posting a little competition. So definitely make sure you're following both of those 2 channels, and we'll post a picture of it with their handles tagged so that you know who to go and follow.
Awesome. Thank you very much to the 366 of you that are still here. Why are you still here, folks? Absolutely ridiculous.
Because they love the carnage.
Thank you for joining in with tonight's FPL Family live stream and for making it interactive. We'll be back. Are we coming back next Sunday? We should probably do like a community shield, like a aftermath sort of thing, shouldn't we?
We'll have to do the predictions.
Prediction stream next week.
Next week.
Prediction stream next week, yes. For those of you that are new to FPL Family, what we will do next Sunday at 9 o'clock is we'll be back here, live stream it again, and we will predict who is going to be the top FPL point scorer in each position, who's going to win the champion, who's going to be champions. Put your finger down.
I've got something to say.
Stop trying to interrupt me. I'm trying to sell next week. I'm about to go.
No, you can't go yet.
I'm about to say like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing, and you're constantly battering in. What?
You didn't answer your poll.
It's fine. I don't care about the poll.
They will care.
Oh my god. Right, what's happening in the poll? End poll. I will likely pick Watkins, Gyokeres, both or neither. Watkins 48 has won it. Okay, happy?
Yeah, I just thought
That's
it was going to be really important because next week we might use the polls for the voting, no?
Can I get in with my outro now? Would that be all right? Or do you want to just put your finger up again?
Stick my finger in your ear if you're not careful.
If you're not careful, I'm going to throw Van der Ven across the room again.
If you throw Van der Ven anymore, that'll be the end of you.
Thank you for joining us here on
Throw
FPL
you
Family
across the room.
on the live stream. We're back next Sunday when we'll be doing the prediction stream. We'll predict who's going to be champions, top 4, relegation, top FPL point scorers. We'll write it on a piece of paper. We'll put it in that cupboard over there and we leave it for 38 game weeks. We'll get you guys to predict who you think is going to win in all those categories as well. And we'll also be doing the prediction that we all care about. Is it hashtag Team Lee season or is it a hashtag Team Sam season? And we'll get you guys to predict what you think is going to happen this season. We will stick it in that cupboard and we'll be back in 38 game weeks after that to then open that envelope and see what we all thought on game week 1. One of my favourite
It's in that cupboard.
one of my favourite live streams of the season. So like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next Sunday. Cheers, guys.
Bye bye.